Oh, look at that first gen. Puts out the 4.7 V8 that these trucks use puts out just an immense amount of torque, 320 foot-pound or 315, I believe, for 2001 foot-pounds of torque, and it's at a low, roughly 3,400 RPM. The A340E also has very smooth and sharp shifts. It's kind of a good blend of quick and responsive, but smooth. And its shift characteristics. And I'll override the automatic climate control so you can hear it. We got a lot of stuff sitting around in this thing, so it rattles. The stuff we have sitting around in it rattles. The interior itself doesn't. And also for a very large SUV like this, it doesn't have an insane amount of body roll and other things you'd normally associate with a large SUV. That's 45 miles an hour, and honestly, the wind noise and road noise, even with more worn down tires that we have on this one right now, we gotta get new ones, the road noise is exceptionally quiet for a 2001 full-size SUV. Compare an Expedition or a Tahoe or a Suburban, you'd have a lot more interior creaks, you'd have a lot more wind and road noise as well. The steering is very light, and it is very Toyota numb, but not many people judge a full-size SUV by the steering feel. Although I do sometimes wish it'd be a little bit heavier than it is. Other than that, there's not much to complain about. Then sometimes stupid 4-speed automatic shifting and not the best visibility out of the rear end with the very large C and D pillars. The stereo on this one right now is not the best sounding. Even though this one did have the upgraded JBL, I think it's an 8-speaker system, maybe a 6, I'm not entirely sure. I believe it's just 6. Because my sister ended up blowing the front speaker, so we have to get those JBL speakers replaced. Those aren't the cheapest. Engine of this thing does sound really good though. As you may tell. Very responsive. This one does not need an alignment. It just drives endlessly straight until the road turns and you have to manually put in input. This one has 143,330 miles with a rebuilt transmission. might have some foreclosed homes in throughout here. Wouldn't surprise me on that case. I love Ace automatic climate control. This vehicle does have a 5-link coil spring rear suspension. It does provide an exceptionally smooth ride with the dual A-arm coil over shock front end. Alright, thanks for watching. I didn't hit the horn.